Hey Giants Nation, back again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Giants draft choices that they have had since 2014. Now we know that the past couple of years they had some pretty good blunders, but we're going to look at what the blunders have been and who a couple people could have been that they could have picked up in that draft. And obviously, we're going to start with 2014. And last year, we drafted Odell Beckham. Don't have to say anything. Well, we'll say something about it, obviously. Um, he had 5,500 receiving yards for us. Known for the one-handed catch against the Cowboys. Um, we know he was traded. Did he have to be traded? We're not going to get into that here. Next guy who was drafted behind him, though, Aaron Donald. 72 sacks and 312 tackles. Some say he is the best player in the NFL right now, and he's a defensive tackle. He ran a 4.68 40 at the Combine in 2014. Highest paid defensive tackle in the league. He is so disruptive. He is so good at his craft. We could still have a defensive tackle like Aaron Donald. Go to 2015 draft. That year we picked that freaking guy, Eric Flowers. Probably the worst off. No, I'm sorry. Bobby Hart was worse than he was. At least Flowers is still playing for the Redskins. Thank you for taking him, by the way, Redskins. Um, so your quarterbacks, know what we feel like. So here's a couple guys that we could have had. Eric Armstead. Fine, he only has 19 sacks, 152 tackles. Is really good though, but 19 sacks. I mean, it's serviceable. At least he has sacks. I'm sure Eric Flowers probably was, a partaker of letting him get those sacks. Ridiculous, Eric Flowers. Why would you draft him? And next after him, we have Byron Jones, who is a potential for us to pick up in free agency this year. He's not known for interceptions, but he's known for knocking the ball out. He's going to want a lot of money, 15 to 17 million. I mean, we'll see. Again, you could have Byron Jones instead of Eric Flowers. Ridiculous. Gotta wait a second. 2016 draft. Who did we pick up then? Eli Apple. They traded him to the Saints. He never lived up to what his potential could have been. He was let go. No, he was traded to the Saints after locker room interactions that were just awful, yelling at the coaches, all that other good stuff. He just never lived up to what he could have been. Could have had Kenny Clark, 16 and a half sacks, 193 tackles. Same time, we do have good defensive tackles. Dexter Lawrence, B.J. Hill, we have McIntosh, Delvin Tomlinson. So we have good DTs. Giants have always, to me, picked up good DTs. Linval Josephs of the world and whatnot. Could have had him. We could have Deion Jones. 4 touchdowns, 2 sacks, 409 tackles at middle linebacker. He's fast. He can get interceptions. He obviously gets tackles. We could have had him instead of Eli Apple. But we're stuck with no linebackers since Pierce. It's just it's the constant thing with the Giants. Laremy Tunsil. There's another name that you could have had. He just was traded from the Dolphins to the Texans, and the Dolphins got a first-round pick for Tunsil. He's said to be looking for a contract extension of between $19 and $20 million a year. He's still that good. Could have had Tunsil. Never could have picked up Eric Flowers. That's what happens. 2017 draft comes along. Evan Engram, fine, 12 touchdowns, 1,700 yards receiving. But he is off the field more than he is on the field, it seems. He has issues with his ankles, his feet, his hamstrings. He just can't stay healthy. When he's on the field, he's a disruptive tight end. If he stayed healthy, he probably could have been the best tight end in the league. Passed up, TJ Watt for the Steelers. He's another one off the edge. He's getting his tackles. He's got 34 and a half sacks off the edge, and I believe it's at 3 interceptions. Would you want a TJ Watt compared to Evan Ingram? I completely would. Cam Robinson, there's another. Giants always seem to pass up on the offensive linemen that are halfway decent. And then when they do pick one, you pick up Eric Flowers. Cam Robinson plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had one season where he had some injuries, but he's on the field. 2018 draft was a good draft for us. We picked up Saquon, 2nd overall. And I don't care what anybody says about picking up another quarterback. You could have had Sam Darnold. You could have had this guy. You could have had that guy. Saquon is a generational running back. Plain and simple. So I am okay with that. And then the other person we picked up in the 2018 draft was Will Hernandez, which will be up on the screen in a second. And he's our left guard. I think they hit a home run in the 2018 draft with Will Hernandez and Saquon Barkley. Hernandez, hopefully, will be a lineman for us for 10 more years. And Barkley, if he can keep his ankles and his legs injury-free, he'll be fantastic for us. Let's pause this. I'll continue the video. So, I mean, you look through those lists of who could have been potential Giants. You've got Deion Jones. You've got Laramie Tunsil. You've got Kenny Clark. You've got Aaron Donald on there. Gaff after gaff after gaff. The Giants need to hit a absolute positively home run out of the park into the next county on this draft of free agency this year. They've proven that. So 18 was a good draft. 19, nobody knew who Daniel Jones was. You still have there are people on the team who have potential, like Lorenzo Carter. There's Dalvin Tomlinson, who's proved that he's good. Dexter Lawrence is #1 DT for PFF last year. So they just need to hit a home run. We need to get on track, and hopefully they'll sway away from the Eric Flowers of the world. We'll see. Let me know in comments people who you would have wanted from 2014 to 2018 in the draft. Leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Sorry, we're up to 23 subscribers. That's really good for me. I really like that. I appreciate everybody. And have a good night, everybody.